Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for April 16th, 17th, and 18th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is a general reading, and you know what that means. I'm going to be using, yes, my two Radley Valentine decks. This time I use my Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I'll pull one from my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I will also pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay, I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job, just deliver the message. And it always works better when I don't understand what I'm talking about. So here we go. Now, remember that we are finishing up Aries season. So happy birthday for the last time to Aries. Now we will be coming to Taurus season. That'll be on the 19th. So happy birthday to the Tauruses. Couple of things. People have asked me recently about tarot decks. Now, one of the things you'll know is I have posted my longer readings, and I posted those yesterday. And I use a bunch of decks. These are decks that have resonated to me in one point of my life or another. But the ones that I really, really connect closely with are the ones that I use on more of the general readings, the general energies, okay? So they seem to really connect. Now, I will sometimes pull in my Rider-Waite tarot deck too. I always had a harder time connecting with those. But in the last year or so, that connection actually, because I started to study a little more about them and I understood them. Now, granted, I've been reading these, so you would think it would be a very easy transition. Well, it wasn't. It really wasn't. The thing I like about that deck, is that it just kind of gives me answers like that. Okay, it's like this, whereas these decks, the ones I use, gives me a little bit more depth. It gives me a little bit more understanding. Now, one of the questions I was recently asked was, should your first tarot deck be gifted? Well, that's very nice, and if that's a possibility, that's very nice. Now, is that a hard and fast rule? No, it is not. Because if you see a deck in your hands and you're something about you just kind of itching to get a hold of them, you go ahead. It's okay for you to buy that deck. It's okay for you to, obtain that deck. Now, I would be careful about, the only thing I'm careful about, well, not only thing, but the one thing I'd be careful about is the age of the deck, and I would make sure, and who is gifting me the deck. Now, there are things where objects can grab onto other people's energies. And so you really want to make sure that you do something to clean the deck, that you want to make sure that you do something to make the connection with you stronger than any other connection. Now, there's lots of different ways, and maybe I'll do a video on that more so. I have a lot more decks, and as you know, sometimes I pulled in my Radley Valentine Guardian Angels, very sweet deck. That's on the longer readings, but very wordy. I've got other decks too, like I said, that at some point I resonated with. So, do you need to be gifted with a deck? No, you really don't, because you want to have the deck really be something that calls to you. Now, this is my opinion. You can have somebody else, and I respect and will listen to other people's opinions on this. But if you have something that really calls to you, go ahead and do this. There is, like I said, there are things to do to help cleanse the deck and how to kind of attach it to you. Okay? Now, I've also had people say, well, maybe this is not right, this is evil, this isn't the way it should be. Well, the thing about that, I'm going to say, is higher power, the supernatural beings, is, much greater with their energy than images on paper. Okay? So if this is something you're called for, except, like I said, I always pray, meditate, and infuse the decks with Reiki energy. I am a Reiki master. But when I pray, I also, I ask higher power. But also when I start my readings, I'm going on more than I wanted to, but I'm sorry. I start my readings actually inviting the archangels to come. I ask Archangel Gabriel to join. And, with archangels, we have all this, well, they're female, masculine type of energy. So is it Lord, Lady? I don't know. But I ask Archangel Gabriel to come and provide the words and to let the message be something that resonates. I ask Archangel Uriel to come, and I ask that, because Uriel brings a lot of wisdom and higher wisdom. And it's sometimes when I say something, I go, wow, I surprised myself. I ask Archangel Raphael to join, to bring healing and to bring what is needed to soothe and, support, encourage our souls, our spirits. And that's even another video. And I ask Archangel Michael to come. Part of the thing I ask Michael about is, hey, Michael, help me to do what I'm doing. So, but it's also to bring forth a bold word and for me not to second guess myself. Whatever needs to come out needs to come out. Okay, I've said too much. Please take a look at the longer readings. I did post them. I will post an overview for Taurus season. I feel Taurus season. I actually feel that there's kind of some, I know Taurus is earth energy, so you would think that we would be more down to earth. I feel like, Taurus is going to break through, and it's just it's going to, that bull energy. That bull energy wants to push through a lot of barriers for us. Anyway, now let's go on with our readings. Hello, my Aries, my darling, darling Aries. And for the last time for this year, for this astrological year, happy birthday to you. So let's see what we have going on for this weekend for my Aries. Now, I did the long reading for Taurus, and there was a lot of very good energy, a lot of very good earth energy. There was something, though, that just kind of, and it still stays with me, there was just kind of something that was an older hurt, and it's something that you might be carrying with you. And it came to me that this is, I don't mean to get gross on you, but it's kind of like, and maybe, it's kind of like an abscess that needed to be, lanced or pulled out or, removed. And it will always leave a little bit of a scar, but it will always leave a memory that will help you in that future. So that kind of came to me because your reading probably stuck with me the most after I did it. But it is a time for you for a lot of healing. A lot of healing. Taurus will bring you that. I do believe that. So this is kind of a little add-on to it. So let's see what we have, my Aries. And here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And I should have said, that reversed cards do have stronger energy. But let's see what we have. These two are reversed, so let's pay attention a little more to these. First card is the Chariot. So we have that 7. 7 is that divine umbrella. 7 is also a very divine number. So it's kind of like we do what we have to do, but then, there's so much control that we might have, so many of our choices that we may have, and sometimes things open up that's actually very miraculous. And I don't know why I'm going down this, so I'm just going to go down this, because I'm feeling kind of some chills with this too. But there are things, again, I'm always saying expect miracles, and then when that happens, say thank you. This could be that type of weekend. This could be something, again, something blowing open, positive types of energy, pushing through, pushing you to that better place. The thing is with the Chariot is also about not trying to control the situation. Not trying to, manage it, not trying to put your fingers into something that you don't need to put your fingers. In fact, I'm seeing kind of like, like this hand coming down and going like, I'm sorry, I should be doing this here. Kind of like this hand coming down and saying, hands off, this is my job, okay? Now, the Chariot also means very fast movement to me. The Chariot, in many ways, according to these cards, also has a career aspect to it and things that could be happening very fast in your career, but very much a promoting type of energy. Okay, I'm not saying it's promotion, but it's promoting. And what is the difference? Promotion is when you step into a higher place. Promoting is when you're being seen and when your accomplishments are being recognized. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is an important achievement: self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. Again, we have 7. We also have Archangel Metatron, believed to have been Enoch. Next card is the 4 of Fire. Now, 4s have stability. 4s have some organization to it too. Fire is your sign, also Leo and Sagittarius. It's very burning. It's very passionate. It's very, I'm going after this. This is also, there's a lot of heart contentment here too. So there's like some stability in that. Instead of that drive that has been, that sometimes it's like, when is it enough is enough is enough. You keep striving and you keep going after something. It's like this weekend has a sense of peace to it. He has a sense of, you know what, for today, for now, this enough is enough, okay? But there's also, whenever you get this, it's also kind of that fallow period that, I don't like fallow periods. I'm a fire sign, Leo, so I'm kind of like, let's get things moving too, so I do understand. But sometimes you have to let the rest come, and the rest as in you need to rest, but also the rest, what needs to catch up with you, come, okay? And this is where you say, okay, right now, enough is enough. I'm okay where I'm at, because there is going to be more. And if you look at the Taurus overview for you, my Aries, you're going to be working hard. You're going to be working hard. And right now is a time where, is it a time where you just sit and not do anything? It could be, but it's just more case of letting things catch up with you. Okay? You're ahead of the game. Let it come in so that you can start with it. Here we go. Contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. Your last card here, the 9 of Fire. Now, 9s have that completion, where it said a successful completion of a project. 9 has that wrap-up energy, that let's get this done. Now it is done. And in many ways, it's kind of like, again, when I was saying, it's like letting it catch up with you. You need to just stand there. You need to stand firm. Don't regress. That is one thing I'm kind of getting. I'm kind of getting a feeling of, make sure you don't regress. Don't second guess your decisions. You have made decisions based upon the information you had. They're very solid decisions. Now, if you get new information, you may want to think about it. There's also a lot of gut energy here. So, doing what you think, what you know to be right. It's not even a thing of thinking anymore. It's what you know to be right. So you've got a lot of stuff happening with this. You've got, there's this motion, this, there's things that are beyond your control. You're not supposed to have control, but yet you're supposed to be, stay where you're at. Many times I'll say that, stay in the present, so that things can catch up to you, because you're ahead of the game. Don't regress. Now, this is also, don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. So you've got some fire energy. You've got that 7 energy, really very, very divine type of energy. So 7, 4, 9, the numbers aren't really jumping, but you know what? When numbers come out, go on the internet, look it up. Angel numbers, 749. There could be something there for you. Here we are. Search engines are lovely that way. Okay, your last card on this, your only card from this deck. Here we go. The King of Raphael. Now, King's underlying energy is air energy, so that's, Aquarius, Gemini. It's also your Libra. It's your thought processes. It's hearing news. It's making your plans. Kings are very powerful. Kings stand in their power. Raphael is water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, emotional energy. This is, this is a heart connection. This is I kind of feel like this is you coming to this point, and there might be some, even though there is the fire energy, and the fire is very active, is very, you know, moving type of energy. Raphael is kind of telling you to trust your instincts, trust who you are, trust what your heart is saying. Again, I talked about, as opposed to what you think, as opposed to what you know. There's difference with that. Yes, and I always say, there is a difference also between intuition and wishful thinking. You know, what can I say? Many times I'm guilty of wishful thinking too, but then, there's many times that when you're saying, this is what I want, you kind of say, it's what I want. It's not what I know. Okay, but the King of Raphael is trusting yourself and trusting your emotions. Many times over, and I think especially because of what I read for that future, there might be some, where you might be a part of you that's like, well, I tried this, I trusted, and it didn't turn out right. Well, the thing is, you learned a lesson. Now, did you learn the lesson? I've had relationships and, work, job, career, personal, interpersonal, family, I'm sorry, intimate, family, or, something to do with your home. I've had it where I have had this happen where each of my lessons I had to learn until I actually learned it. Because haven't you had those moments where you're like, why is this? It's like it's the same thing, different person, same thing, different job. Then when that happens, when you recognize that, what is the lesson I'm supposed to learn? Put that out to the universe. Anyway, the King of Raphael is warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, it is safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passion. So, as this is that weekend, so there's a good time to meditate. There's a good time for you to kind of figure things out a little bit. It's kind of that fallow point. It's that just let's stop for a moment, let the energies catch up to you, and then you're going to be moving on. Okay? Okay, let's go on. See what crystal or energy would be helpful for my Aries. And I like to play, does Debbie have that crystal on her table here? Here we go. Let's see what we have. This is reversed. Green jade. I do not. Anyway, but green jade is all about attracting love, balance, dreams come true, purity. I love that. I love that for you, my Aries. And you know what? If you have green jade, carry it with you. Okay? And if it's not something that you can carry with, put it at your bedside. It's really good for, especially since it said dreams, it'll be good to help you through that night. Now, my Aries, if you enjoy my readings, please remember the like, share, subscribe, because it really does help. It bypasses those algorithms to get the videos out more so, and then in so being, that encourages me to keep doing what I'm doing. As always, and more importantly, my Aries, please know that you are really loved. Okay? Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.